What's happening, everybody? So today we're going to be talking about symmetry. So what is symmetry? Well, we can't really get into what symmetry is without talking about the line of symmetry. So I have here a line. This is going to be my line of symmetry. And look at this square right here. Let me zoom in on this square. Got my line of symmetry right here. I got a square. So if I put this line in the center of the square, and I'm just going to kind of eyeball it here. Let's go over a little more. We'll say that's the center of the square. So this line now splits my square into two parts, right? We have this part. That's an awful arrow, but we have this part, and we have this part. And this line of symmetry splits it in two. So symmetry means that this part right here is the exact same as this part right here. Nothing's different. It's the same size, the same shape. Everything's the same, okay? So when we look at this square, let me get rid of those. When we look at this square, we can see that this part is the same as this part. Okay, so the right side is the exact same as the left side. And that's what we call symmetry, or this is symmetrical. Okay, so we split it with a line of symmetry, and both parts are equal in every way. That's what symmetry is. Now, shapes, anything can have more than one line of symmetry. So if we look at this square, and we grab another line of symmetry, and this time we make it horizontal, and we put it in the middle. Again, I'm eyeballing it. Let's take this one away. We can say, hang on. That looks good. We can say this top part, right? This top part is the same as this bottom part. Now, what most people do is they fold a piece of paper over, and you can see it. I'm looking for paper right now. Really? My office does not have a piece of paper in it. Hang on. Paper. So, you got a piece of paper, right? If you fold that paper exactly in half, you make your own line of symmetry in the middle. Do you see that? So this part is equal to this part. Okay? My phone's going off now. Oh boy. Alright, so this part is symmetrical to this part. Alright, we can do it the same way this way. We fold it down that way, open it up. This part is symmetrical to this part, okay? So it doesn't matter which way you're going. You can go up, down, left, right. Left, right is called horizontal. Up and down is called vertical. Or, let me get my line again. Nope, that's not what I want. This is what I want. Okay. Or we can go diagonal. All right, so look at this top part here. This part is symmetrical to this part, meaning when you fold it over. Do you see how if we just took this part right here, it would not be the exact same as this until you folded it over, right? Okay. So you kind of have to use your mind. Use your imagination that we're folding this little square over, and it's going to fold over exactly like it. All right, let's move on to our triangle. So I have my line of symmetry. I'm going to put it smack dab in the middle of that triangle. I'm eyeballing it. Okay. So is this side symmetrical to this side? Or what it's going to ask is, does this triangle have symmetry? And we're going to say yes for this part. Because if we took this part right here, and that red's a little hard to see, but if we took this part right here, and folded it over, let me try something here. We're on our triangle. So let me do this. I'm going to try to break that off. Okay. Good. So now we have two parts. This part of our triangle and this other part. Now, if I take this part and just put it on top, it's not going to perfectly fit. Hold on. I'm going to try to make it look a little better. There we go. So this is our part that we're flipping, right? This is our triangle. If we take it and just put it on top, then it won't fit perfectly on top until we fold it over. And I'm going to mimic that by doing this. Fold it over that way. And there, it fits right on top, snug as a bug in a rug, right? That's what we call symmetry. Okay? It's folding it over. It's mirroring itself on top, not just taking this piece and placing it on top like that. All right? It's actually as if you had a piece of paper and you fold it over like that. That's symmetry. Good. Let me grab my line again. Look at this circle. Erase these arrows. Look at this circle. If I put our line of symmetry right in the middle of that circle, there. That looks pretty good to me. So, what we're saying is this half of the circle, this half, when you fold it over, you just fold it on top of it, will be the same as this half, right? And then we can take that line horizontally. Same thing. We take this half. If we were to fold it down over on top of this half, it would be symmetrical. It would be the same. All right, so let's do that. Let's do that like I did the last one. See if we can't figure it out. Okay. So if I grab that, nope, just that. Okay. And we take that and we fold it. Let me add, there we go. That way we can track it better. We fold it over on top of the other side. It's going to cover it. It's going to match the exact same, okay? So we're not taking this and just putting it on top. No. We're not taking it and just putting it on top. We're folding it over, which if we were in class would be folding a bunch of letters. We'd be folding a bunch of stuff right now. So you kind of have to use your mind, use your imagination, and think to yourself, if I were to fold that over, maybe close your eyes and do this. If I were to fold that over, will it match? And then you do it. This is what would go on in your head right now. Boom. Yes, it matches. Great. Great. Now let's look at a couple more. Look at this guy. Look at this guy. Let me grab my line. There he is. Okay. So, let's go vertical first. And we're going to put it smack dab in the middle here. That looks about right. Now, just using your mind, is this shape symmetrical? Well, we're going to try this way first, vertically. And if we were to take this part right here, let me grab my pen, take this part and fold it over that way, will it match up? Let's do it. We got a trapezoid. So I'm actually gonna, because we'll keep using that. So, okay, we are going to grab this side of the trapezoid and we'll copy that, and erase it there. Okay. Now we have this side of a trapezoid. We got this, right? And again, I'm gonna make it a little bit easier to see. Probably not a black fill there, maybe a red's fine. Okay, so we got this part. This is half of that trapezoid, right? Split horizontally. I'm sorry, vertically. It's split vertically. Wherever direction your line is going, that's what you say. So this is it vertically, I'm sorry, vertically symmetrical. We'll see. So we don't just take that and plop it on top, right? We have to fold it over. So let's do that. We fold it over. And does that match perfectly? No. Nope. See, there's this extra bit on top. So that, so far, is not symmetrical, right? Okay, now let's move our line to the horizontal line and try to split this guy in half. And we can already see, if we were to take this top part, fold it down, that it would not be symmetrical, right? But let's do that really quick, just so I can show you what I'm talking about. So we are on our trapezoid. Okay. Now we got this. We'll add that so we can see it. All right. Now we're going to fold it over. And look, it doesn't match perfectly. Remember, it's not. It can be a little bit off. It's still not symmetrical. It has to match perfectly. Okay. So this is not the same shape as this down here. We see that? Good. So if I were to then, and your lines don't have to go straight up or left and right, horizontal or vertical. We can do this any way we want and see if cutting it, folding it over will be symmetrical. Let me take that off because that is kind of messing us up now. That one. There we go. Okay. So if we were to cut it this way, if we folded it over, it wouldn't be the same size. That's why most of the time you want to cut through the middle of a shape, so it'll be the same size. So if we go to the corner here, and if we try to go to the other corner, that's one way to do it, corner to corner. If we flip this guy over, will it be the exact same match? The exact same size, shape, everything. And you can kind of see that it won't. That this is a huge right angle here, and this is not even a right angle. You see that? So if you flip this over, it's going to be too short. Same goes for if we were to go here, and let's say we wanted to go to that angle there and flip it over. You flip it over the line of symmetry. That's what we're doing. You can already tell that's not going to work either. All right. Now let's go to this big red man right here. This big red guy. And I'll try to get that straight as possible. Now, if we were to cut it right at this corner here, right at this corner, we can already tell this side is going to be way short. When we flip it over, it's going to be way short. Okay? Because this is so long. And if we flip this side over too, if we were to flip this side over, it's probably going to come out like this will be that side. Something like that. And you can kind of already see it in your mind. This is why I'm saying you got to use your imagination here. Okay? Because we're flipping these. Now, if we were to flip this way, it would probably come out to like there or something like that. You know? So that's not going to be symmetrical. Now, if we grab this line again and say we do it horizontally, I got it this time. And we can stretch it out a little bit if we want. And any way you cut it, here, here, when you flip it over that line, it's not going to be symmetrical. Okay? So let's go up here again. And let me grab this line because it was working. And I'll erase this and I'll erase that. Okay. And let's go to this square. Now we know when we put it in the middle. There we go, it looks straighter. If we put it in the middle of the square, the top and the bottom will fold over and it will be symmetrical, right? But if I take this line and I put it here, now if we folded this top part, if we folded this top piece right here, and we folded it down, it's probably only going to come to about right here. Maybe right here. Okay, so this will be where the top piece is. Now, just because it fits inside the bigger piece, that's still not symmetrical because it's not the same size. All right? It's not the same size. That's pretty much symmetry. But something you're going to see on your... Get rid of all this. Let me do a new line. Something you will see on your assignment. So we got a new line. There's going to be a line like this. Well, let me do here. There'll be a line like this. There might be a line like that. There might be a line like that. There could even be a line like this and that. And these will all be labeled, right? So, whoops. So A, B, C, D, and E. Okay. So now we got labeled lines, and it's going to say what it's going to say what lines are symmetrical, or something like that. What lines make this symmetrical or don't make it symmetrical? And your answers will be something like line A, B, C, D, and E. Okay. What lines are... I don't like the way that's phrased, but it's going to say something like that. What lines... or like, name the lines of symmetry. Symmetry. Okay. Did I spell that right? No, there's two M's. Edit. Okay. Name the lines of symmetry. Yeah. So that's better. And it's gonna. You're gonna look, and all these lines will be on here. There'll be dotted lines probably. I'm not gonna go through that and make them dotted, but there's gonna be like dotted lines. And you're going to have to go through and name all the lines that make this shape symmetrical, or the lines of symmetry, okay? So you got to go through lines A through E, and we'll do that. Ready? Let's look at line A. You have to block out all other lines in your way, because this will be on like the computer screen, and there's no way to take the other lines off. So let's just look at A. Take all B's and C's and D's and E's, take all that off, right? If you can do that. Let me do this. Okay. So this is what you're doing in your mind. That's what you're doing in your mind. You're taking that off. Oh, sorry. Sorry, program. Okay, so you're blocking all those out. And we look at A. Is it symmetrical? Is A symmetrical? Well, it goes down through the center of the square. Is this side going to be the same as this side? It looks like yes. Again, I'm just eyeballing this, okay? So I would choose A. Now let's look at B. B splitting this square into this and this. If we were to flip the square over, line B, is that going to be symmetrical? I would say that's a hard no. No. Okay. Let's look at C. C is splitting the square here and here. I can actually probably use another color if that'll show up. Yeah. So is the red little rectangle area here going to equal the same size as the blue? And again, that's going to be a hard no. So it's not going to be C. Let's look at D. D's splitting here and here. Are those two going to be the same? Here and here, if we were to fold it down. Now we're folding it down, right? Because we're folding it over our line of symmetry, line D. Are we folding it down? Or is it going to be symmetrical when we fold it down? Is it going to be equal? That looks like a yes. So, get rid of those. Yes, D. And E. Same thing as kind of the C above. It's going to be this red one versus this blue. Is that going to be the same? If we take the blue one, the big old blue one, fold it down over that red one, is it going to be the same size and shape and everything that the red one is? No. You see how it's so much bigger? Again, we're not worried about taking it off and putting it on top. We're worried about folding it over. Okay? So that's going to be a no. So if you were to get this question, which there are questions like this, okay? You would choose A and D. If the question says name the lines that are not lines of symmetry, then you would choose B, C, and E. Okay? You see how you go about that? It's really kind of like 5 questions in one. And I know how much we love multi-part questions. Okay. That's pretty much it for symmetry, but I wanted to show you what part of your assignment would look like. Okay? So here I have, this is a piece of paper. Okay? So let's just pretend that's your piece of paper. Now, one of your assignments says, draw a picture that is symmetrical. And I'm going to kind of show you how to do that. Yeah, you can just, do a circle. Oh, circle. There's my symmetry. That's fine. 100 A+. But if you want to get more creative, we'll put our line of symmetry down the middle. Now what you can do on your paper is just fold it in half, kind of like I did earlier. I don't know where that paper is. I don't have paper in an office, so that's going to be your line of symmetry. Fold it in half. Then you can start making stuff. So let's say I want to do this, and I want it green. That's not green. That is green. Okay. So that's green. Which one was my line? There we go. So I'm going to keep my line there. And then let's say I want a circle that is yellow. Goldie. Goldie yellow. Ew, that's like green. There we go. How about that? There's my sun. Now, all of a sudden, this is not symmetrical anymore. I need this part right here, where my crazy circle's going, to be equal to this part. So you can already tell what's the matter here. Well, this big yellow circle was like that, right? I need to make it even, so I need half and half. There we go. Great. Now I want blue. And we'll do blue. I don't like that. We'll do blue here. And here. And it's a beautiful sky. And now I want white. White. Nope, I want white here. And I want, let me see. Let's get a soft one right here. Yeah, let's make it a little bigger. And, oh, it's not what I wanted. Yes. Okay, program. There we go. And make a little cloud here. And now on this side, I gotta make the same cloud as best that I can to make it symmetrical. Good. And now I need let's go about 4. Good. Let's do a little house with a little roof. And don't you make fun of this. This is fantastic. Okay, so if I do it on this side, I got to do it on this side, right? But I don't put my house here. Because remember, if we were to fold this over, this house would now be over here, right? So when you're done, I want you to fold your page over and make sure everything matches up. So, it's about there. And it doesn't have to be exact, y'all. Okay. Because mine is not going to be exact. And look at this little doorknob here. When I fold it over, it's going to be now on this side. Right? And that's going to go up there. Okay? And maybe some birds here. Birds here. And this is just beautiful, guys. Okay? This is just, I cannot get over how beautiful this is. And let's just do some grass and some grass. All right, you get the idea, right? You get the idea. I'm gonna make it more sunny. Oh, everything's on the same thing. Okay. Well, you get the idea. That draw a picture that is symmetrical, where you fold it in half and everything's the same on both sides. That's one of your assignments. Okay? Your other assignment, I think there's one in MobiMax and one in Think Central. And it's just identifying lines of symmetry. So, good luck with everything. Hope everybody's doing well. And I'll see you next time. Bye.